guys, what's going on? It's DJ Uno Bro Jeremy.
That's good.
Bringing you another video today, but before we get in today's video, which is going to be a Speedtro, we just wanted to do this short and sweet, but basically, we're getting a lot more responsibilities these days, and doing the daily podcast is almost... we're really stretching it as far as we go. You guys already know how much editing goes into those things, so it takes hours and upon hours to, get it recorded the night of, cut it down, and then put it to DC gameplay, and then Jeremy directs like a whole 2 to 3 minute Lego clip that we put in the beginning of them.
Yeah, which you're going to see right after this.
And it takes a lot of time. The thing is, we have time to do that, but being able to get on with our brother Bears at nighttime, the night of, is getting a little harder, because the distance and everything, and being able to call him. But we've come up with a compromise, and what we're going to do is we're going to be releasing Speedtros every single day that are pertaining to each episode. So you still get a video from us every day, but on Fridays...
So it's like a compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good one, too. We're finally going to be able to start our Justice Clubhouse podcast.
Officially.
Yes. And I don't know why we didn't start this before everything came back for the mid-season premieres, but, things just happened last week that made us realize that we really need to change up a little bit, and we didn't want to stop doing what we're doing because we love doing podcasts. So the three of us got together, talked about it, and we said we're going to do one podcast, one big one for all the DC TV shows. And also, please be sure to check out Bears on his channel for his Agents podcast, because we have so much fun on that one too.
Yeah.
Marvel side of things usually on his channel. And this is just the best way for us to be able to do, or to continue to do this, but also gives us time in our personal life to be able to take care of the business that we need to take care of.
Yeah.
So every single day you get the Speedtros, and then at the end of the week, I just moved that, you'll get our podcast, and it's going to be a supersized podcast, like almost like how a podcast should be, because realistically speaking, we did podcasts for about maybe 3 seasons.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah.
Starting with the Flash on the oldest, like another whole other channel. I was doing this alone on a vlogging channel.
Yeah.
And we moved on to here, and it's just been a pretty crazy ride, but we still want to keep doing it, like we said, and this is the way to go. So hopefully you guys are down with that. It definitely gives us more time to be able to do things that we need to get done. So hopefully you guys understand, and we want to thank you guys for the support, because you guys have constantly been coming back to the videos and saying positive things. And that's what counts to us. Yeah. Is the fact that people are still out there supporting us. And as long as you guys are still supporting us, my voice is cracked. I'm not crying, I swear. We'll continue to keep producing the videos.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a rant. With that being said, go enjoy this Speedtro of this week's Supergirl. Say happy birthday to Jeremy in the comments below.
No, you don't have to.
Say it. That's what it'd be. Hashtag happy birthday. Hashtag Justice Clubhouse Podcast. All that goodness.
Yeah.
Thank you. After realizing he wants to be a superhero, Mon-El and Kara continue to train at the DEO. With his powers and abilities growing, she decides that he is ready to go out into the world. Somewhere in National City, Maggie finds criminals left by the Guardian, and Winn finds out that Jimmy was shot. He tells Jimmy that they need to tell Kara the truth because he can no longer lie to her. On top of that, he has been tasked to make Mon-El a suit. McGann suffers a mental breakdown and breaks the containment cell she is held in. She passes out, and John has Alex help him find out what happened to her. Leslie Willis, aka Livewire, is being seen by a psychiatrist at ... prison. She is then freed by a fellow inmate and corrupt guard. The next day, Alex and Maggie investigate the crime scene when Kara shows up. Kara is adamant in fighting her because Livewire is Supergirl's nemesis. She decides to bring Mon-El along to stop her. Alex then tells John that McGann is dying and proposes that he help her. He refuses and thinks that she should pay for what the White Martians did. At Catco, Jimmy tries to tell Kara that he is Guardian when she tells him that she will be taking Mon-El with her to stop Livewire, upsetting him. Kara and Mon-El confront Livewire and a fight ensues. After seeing Kara being overpowered, Mon-El disobeys her orders to protect the cops and goes to save her. The Guardian arrives and is injured along with one of the cops. Kara and Mon-El go to check on them, and Livewire escapes. Kara unmasks the Guardian and is shocked to find out that he is Jimmy. When they get back to the DEO, Kara hears Jimmy out, but ultimately doesn't agree with him being the Guardian. She tells him to stop or she will stop him. She then scolds Mon-El for disobeying her orders. She asks him if the reason for him wanting to team up with her is because he likes her, but he cannot admit it. She then tells him that she will find and stop Livewire on her own. Alex tries to talk to Jean one last time so he can save McGann. Livewire is then shown to be strapped to a vice that continues to shock her, screaming to be freed. The next day at the DEO, Winn shows the team footage of Livewire being taken by the woman in guard. They deduce that she was actually the victim and try to find her. Mon-El overhears Winn talking to Jimmy about knowing the location of Livewire. Karen and Alex anchor Jean as he tries to save McGann in her own mind. He finds her and tries to convince her to come out of it. She apologizes for everything she and her kind did. He forgives her and accepts her as a friend before getting them out. She awakens and shares a happy reunion with the three. The real Livewire is revealed to be held captive by a man she nicknames Frankenstein and was used to make other copies of herself. Jimmy and Manel then arrive to save her. Frankenstein attacks the trio and captures them. Wynn tells Kara that Jimmy and Manel were captured by Frankenstein, so she goes to save them. The scientist plans to harvest Livewire and Manel's powers to create the perfect specimen. Kara shows up, stops Frankenstein, and frees them all. She is able to convince Livewire to work with them to bring down the scientist and his experiments. She agrees to let Kara take the scientist as long as she let her go. Back at the DEO, John scolds Wynn for lying to the team about Guardian, but commends them for the work they've done. Kara tells Alex and Maggie that she let Livewire go, but will stop her if she shows up again. She then talks to Jimmy and Wynn, telling them that she's still not going to support what they're doing, putting a rift between them. John goes to check on McGann, who thanks him, but then warns him that the White Martians are coming. Later, Manel meets Kara at her apartment and finally confesses his feelings for her. He accepts that she doesn't feel the same way, but wants to continue to work with her. Will the Super Friends stay divided, or will the White Martians bring them all together? Will Manel become Valor? Will Wynn ever make that suit for him? Whatever happened to the Cadmus project? And will we ever see Jeremiah Danvers again, who's excited for the Flash and Supergirl crossover called Duet, and for Mr. Mitchell Piddlix to show up? We'll find out on the next episode of Dun 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 Supergirl. Boom.